Hi everyone. The best day of my life was when Noah was born. And the only other day to equal that day was when Evie was born. The two best days of my life. Both unrivaled by any other. Now, many of you will know my family story, and some of you won't. But a year before Evie started school here, and when Noah was going into year one, the kids lost their mum to a heroic battle with cancer. So I'm in a unique position as a father, because day in and day out, it's just the kids and I. There's been a lot of challenges that have come with this, but today I mainly want to talk about the positive, or a specific positive, and I've got a little takeaway for the boys here and even the dads. So when Miss Jackson and Mrs. Caldwell asked me to speak about what I love being a dad, or why I love being a dad, the first thing that came to my mind was, well, I get to be a mum too. But let me explain what I mean by that, because the kids have amazing role models in their lives, or female role models, and people that provide maternal care. But for me, it was about trying to improve myself as a person to pour the same amount of love as Lou and I would have combined together into the kids' cups every day. So I guess I've got to consciously be aware of certain characteristics that Lou might have that I didn't, that I've got to improve on. Now I'm going to speak for myself here, because I don't want to offend any other dads, but in our household, Lou was a little bit better at things like showing love and affection, expression, nurturing, having more patience, empathy, forgiveness, being calm, being a lot more available, and communication. So I guess there's some things that I feel I've worked really hard on these, and for me to try and work hard on these and become a better person, I obviously become a much better dad. So I've got actually one of those out of those things I mentioned, those characteristics. The big one is communication. Now Lou was a much better communicator than me. I've always struggled with it. She was just so open with her feelings and expression and talking about her emotions. But I do have two examples of where men talking to each other have helped me. And one was within about a year of the kids losing their mum, I organised with 4 other dads to go away for a weekend. And all the kids of these dads, and obviously the dads, but all the kids, each dad had at least 2 kids there, and they'd also all lost their mother to cancer. So the original objective for me was for the kids to be able to understand that there's other kids in this same boat, and they could talk to these other kids and realise that they're not alone going through this grief process. But I was very quick to understand that it was actually probably more beneficial and therapeutic for the dads, because coming from such a place of trauma, all the dads talk very candidly and very open about their emotions and how they're feeling. We're all going through the stages of grief in a different process, and we're basically trying to help each other. And it's a little bit of a shame that it takes such a big life event for men to sit around and just talk about their emotions. And the other example is that, and being completely honest here and quite personal, I've had a few tough months this year, just mentally. I've sort of fell into a bit of a rut, and I've struggled to sort of snap out of it. And I regrettably suppressed all my emotions for about 6 weeks straight. I just kept on thinking the next day I was going to feel better, and it just wasn't happening. So I had to come up with a bit of a self-help plan. I started not sleeping very well, and I even lost my appetite, and I knew things were getting dire. And when it affects your work, and most importantly, it starts to affect you being a really good dad. And when you're the only parent in the house, you've got to be strong day in and day out. So I came up with a bit of a self-help plan. And one of those things I've decided to do is contact all my close friends. And as you get older, your friend group gets a bit smaller. So I rang 4 or 5 of my close mates, and I just told them, as part of my plan, I just said, listen guys, I'm not doing okay, I'm really struggling at the moment. And I downloaded all the reasons why, and talked about my emotions. And the other thing I decided to do is when someone asked me how I was feeling, if it was somebody, it didn't have to be a really close friend, but if it was someone that I felt was sincere, or that had time to listen, and they were truly empathetic, then I would just tell them, hey, I'm not doing very well at the moment, I'm struggling a little bit, and these are the reasons why. Now, not one of those conversations with my friends or with these people was a waste of time. You truly feel lighter and happier each time that you have these conversations. So I guess my message here is to all the boys that are here. You're going to think I'm crazy for saying this, but before you know it, you'll be finished primary school, you'll be finished senior school, you'll be out of college and uni, and you'll be, next thing you know, you fall in love and you'll have kids, and you'll be standing up here at Father's Day talking. It happens that quick. So if you can just remember to talk to your friends, talk to your mates about your issues, and get in the habit of doing it now, I'm sure it'll be good stead. And to the dads here, it's never too late. Trust me, I've come from a place of experience. Talking about your emotions has helped me in a big way. So being a father is the best privilege that anyone can have. Lou blessed me with two awesome children, Noah here and Evie. I can't see where Evie is. Evie's right here. I love you guys more than words can describe. Happy Father's Day to all. I hope you have a really good Father's Day weekend, and thanks for the opportunity to speak today. Cheers.